What's up, y'all? It's your boy Papa Don't Preach, and welcome back to Sunday Check-In. Finding hope and inspiration and joy on a daily basis can be really difficult. It can take a lot of energy, it can take a lot of focus, a lot of positive thinking, and sometimes, quite frankly, we just don't have it in us. But we can't forget about the small things in life, the things that we can and often do that are low to no cost and are relatively easily accessible. And I've definitely talked about these before, but never in concrete terms, so let's go ahead and name it for what it is right now. We call them the simple pleasures. A good cup of coffee, taking a long shower, watching the sunset, a gentle breeze, clearing your email inbox. All of these things are relatively little to no cost and can actually fuel your soul. So that's what I want to focus on this week. Also, I found a groovy list of 75 simple pleasures. I'm gonna link that in the description so you can take a look at that and get some more ideas of simple pleasures that literally just might be hanging out around your house. Let's go ahead and jump into the video. I'm gonna share a couple of my favorite simple pleasures from the past 7 days. It's cherry season, y'all. Look, I don't care what anybody says, cherries is delicious. And we've seen cherries in the store for about a month now, sure. But the Rainier cherry, now that is something special. I ain't lying. The Rainier cherry is the most delectable of the cherries, and it knows it. Have you seen the prices of the Rainier cherry? It's crazy. It's delicious, it's juicy, it's plump, it's refreshing, it can go in anything. Amazing. Name one thing that a Rainier cherry can't do. And the answer is nothing. There ain't nothing a Rainier cherry can't do. I just want to say this is not a paid advertisement. I am not being paid by the Rainier cherry people. I just happen to think the Rainier cherry is a delectable fruit. If you happen to agree, pick you up some Rainier cherries. They're a little bit spendy, but if you buy them every once in a while, it can make for a very tasty, simple pleasure. Looking at / interacting with animals is an ultimate simple pleasure because there are a lot of ways to check this one off. You can either have an animal friend, you can spot one out in the wild. If it has a person, you can ask permission to pet it. And if all else fails, you can look up images and videos on the internet. But I want to share a couple of photos that I was able to snap of the cat that lives with me because it just does something to my heart muscle right in here. So this cat, her name's Tabitha. She loves to lay on things, but she doesn't get comfortable very easily. And it has long been believed that if we had some sort of couch situation in our apartment, she would be able to relax on that quite easily. So recently I made a couch. I mean, well, really it's just 2 chairs pushed together with a blanket thrown over it, but still close enough. So I pick up Tabitha to set her on the couch. Now the thing you have to understand about this cat is she is an autonomous being. Okay, she doesn't mind being held, but she doesn't like being set down in places that she hasn't selected for herself. So oftentimes I'll be holding her, I'll set her down on a chair, she'll immediately jump off the chair and run elsewhere. And it's not even that she doesn't necessarily want to be on the chair, it's just that she hasn't selected the chair for the landing destination. So I pick her up and I walk towards the couch to set her down. And as soon as I start to set her down, she starts struggling, right? She's not happy about this. So she's like, and ooh, my elbow just popped. Did you hear that? Ho, 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 welcome to 31. So I set her down on the couch and she immediately hits the I'm about to jump off pose. And then all of a sudden she freezes and she looks around and you can see this shift in her as she takes in her surroundings and starts to realize how comfy she actually is. Like you could almost see her going, all right. And then she lays down. And I have never seen this cat more comfortable in my life. Look at her. She is literally trying to hug the couch. Look at that. Oh, Tabitha. This one's not a simple pleasure, but it is something I did this week that I want to share. So during last week's check-in, you saw that I got back into meditation, which was great. It's something that I hadn't done consistently in 7 years, so it was nice to get back into that. And moving into this week, I started to crave something that I could physically interact with. I started looking for ways in which I could channel more positive energy into my life, something around which I could build a routine. So this week I decided to build upon my meditation and actually assemble a personal altar in my home. The altar itself is filled with a bunch of personal items that each serve a specific purpose, help me connect to the universe, and channel positive energy. And I've only been using this altar a couple of days at this point, but I'm already starting to see a major shift in my mood, in focus, and positivity. If you're interested in how I built my altar, check back in on my channel next week. On Tuesday, I will be dropping a video about my journey with altar making. If that's your jam, make sure to check it out. That's it for this week's check-in, y'all. Before we go, I do want to address something that happened in Seattle this weekend. Early Saturday morning in Seattle, a car drove up an off-ramp and onto the freeway, which was closed down for a peaceful protest. The car went around a barricade and careened into this group of activists, killing one person and putting another person in the hospital with serious injuries. Look, it doesn't matter on which side of the argument you fall, like whether or not you believe protesters should have even been on the freeway. That's not even the point. The point is that these are human beings. And this is extremely tragic. The loss of life is tragic. And I just want to take a moment to say rest in power to Summer Taylor, and to send healing energy out into the universe for Diaz Love. And as we move into this next week, I ask you to also join me in sending healing energy out. And both individuals do have GoFundMe support funds set up. I will link those in the description so you can have access to those as well. Thanks for tuning in, y'all. In the comments, as always, I would love to hear from you. Let me know what are some of your simple pleasures that you indulged in this week. Until next time, lead with love.